Hello Year 11, today's video is about how to use a periodic table in order to work out the formula of ionic compounds. Periodic table, which you can see in front of you, you should all be very familiar with by now. All of the elements are arranged based on their properties and their increasing atomic number. If you remember, we have the elements grouped together. They all have similar properties and they are in certain groups that are numbered 1, 2, all the way down to 0 or up to 0. Now we can use the group number to tell us what charge each ion of those elements will have. So if something is in group 1, all of the elements in group 1 will have, when they form ions, they will have a +1 charge. When they're in group 2, they'll have a +2 charge. +3 for group 3. Group 7 is a -1, group 6 is -2, and group 5 is -3. Now when we are trying to work out what formula we have for an ionic compound, the first thing that we need to do is work out what elements make up that compound. So if we have an ionic compound that we are told is made of lithium and chlorine, producing lithium chloride, my first step here is to work out what the two elements are. So we've got lithium, we've got chlorine. What we then need to do is work out what charge those two ions have. So lithium is in group 1, so when it forms an ion it forms a +1, and chlorine is in group 7, so it forms a -1 charged ion. When these two ions combine, they will produce an ionic compound. Now the ionic compound must have no charge overall, so it will be neutrally charged. There must be a balance between the positive and negatively charged ions. Now in order to get a neutrally charged ion here, we need one lithium bonded to just one chlorine. That will give us our neutrally charged ionic compound. Okay, now if we were to think of something like magnesium chloride. Okay, now magnesium is in group 2. Magnesium is in group 2, which means it would form a 2+ ion. Chlorine, as we've already looked at, is a -1 ion. If we had just one magnesium bonded to one chlorine, that would not balance out positive and negative charges. We've got an ion here with 2 positive charges, an ion here with a -1 charge. So we have to have, we can't just have one bonded to one. What we would need here is two chlorine ions providing 2 negative charges to balance out our 2 positive charges from the magnesium. Okay, now there are a number of ions that you need to know the charges for. Sulfate ion, nitrate ion, and hydroxide ion. Now sulfate ion has 2